I know that people will be hurt by that vote, and we worked very hard to try to get a budget deal that wouldn't include that provision.
DFL Speaker Emerita Melissa Hortman emotional following the House's adjournment from a special session Monday. Hortman was the lone DFL lawmaker to cast a vote to cut Minnesota Care access for undocumented immigrants. It's a move she made with a heavy heart.
I did what leaders do. I stepped up and I got the job done for the people of Minnesota.
The bill was deeply unpopular with members of the DFL caucus. Members have repeatedly expressed frustration that the bill was part of a compromise, one that would ensure the necessary GOP votes to pass the rest of the state budget.
We are tremendously disappointed and gut-wrenched at this decision, at this compromise that compromises our communities that are most vulnerable.
Hortman knows she let down her own caucus members with the vote.
They're right to be mad at me. I think some of them are pretty angry. I think that their job was to make folks who voted for that bill feel like crap, and I think that they succeeded.
Over in the Senate, a similar situation unfolded.
Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Recha HaKodash. Double honors to the elder apostles as well as the elder bishops who labored to teach us this truth. Salutations to the hopeful elect out there pushing this word of truth, sincerity, and indeed. I'm your brother Kapata from the Great Millstone Chicago branch, coming at you with another real quick, Lord willing, edifying lesson. And this young lady that you see, she is now in the spirit world. What we're seeing is a pattern, maybe even a rise of politically motivated unalivings going on. You know what I mean? In reference to what happened to that healthcare CEO who got unalived, broad daylight. And there were a few other incidences that happened, but this just recently happened, man. This lady was unalived, man, because of a vote to take away health care from quote unquote undocumented citizens or quote unquote illegal citizens. And, on one hand, people are like, oh, she did the right. But let's face it here. The people that make this country go round are undocumented workers. The people that actually do the work, a lot of the tradesmen, a lot of the people that have construction jobs that build up your infrastructure, that build your houses, your you know what I mean? The people that come in and do your roofs, do your landscaping. A lot of them, I'm not going to say all, but a lot of them be undocumented workers. And if they get hurt doing, building up your country, it's only right that they receive some type of care for that. It's only fair. But, Esau being the goddamn devil and hypocritical, they are seeking to take this away from them, and apparently, a hit ensued. Somebody came in, knocked her down and her husband, man. Unalived both of them, in cold. Salakia, just to go into a little details, apparently the person dressed up as a police officer, knocked on the door and pew-pewed her and her husband, man, and left a bunch of No Kings flyers. So this is very much politically motivated from the left, the so-called left, and now the left, the liberals, are becoming more and more vilified here in America, which is ultimately going to lead to civil unrest or civil war. So we're not going to have to too much worry a whole lot about so-called race war, so-called black and white. You're not really going to have to worry about that. These Edomites are going to take each other's heads off. Okay? And you're about to see a lot of Edomite versus Edomite violence going on in this land, man. Okay? And that's what's going to help push this country into complete civil unrest, which would then segue into a lockdown. Okay? A lot of politically motivated unalivings are happening now, man. you know? And this is beautiful. This is Egyptian versus Egyptian. I'm going to get that. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19. All right. I ain't going to make this long. This is the book of Isaiah chapter 19. I'll hit 2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. See? And that's what you see going on right now, man. Okay? Because of these, because of the political beliefs, you know, these people are starting to unalive each other. So now, as the radical left is acting up, well, guess what? The far right is finna start acting up. You know, the right are so-called conservatives, Republicans. The left consists of liberals or Democrats. Okay? They're literally two wings of the same bird, because the puppet elites of the Republicans or the puppet elites of the Democrats, they're all under allegiance to the true elites. But because public opinion, the mind of the people is under control by these two different birds, man. And now these two different wings, hey, they're gonna clash and go at each other even more and more. That's why you have these No Kings protests. You know, you got a bunch of people that are in protest over immigration and other issues that involve the country. Well, guess what? You got the right. You got the Edomites that are all for what Trump is doing, in which they're going to turn on him because his policies are going to affect them and eventually bite them in the ass. Okay? And before you know it, hey, man, it's beautiful to watch. Hey, man, you're going to see these Edomites tear each other apart, man. All right? Especially in these rural areas. Okay? Especially in these rural areas, man, you're going to see these Edomites tear each other apart, man. And it's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful, man. And we love to see it. All right? We love to see it, man. All right? Let me see if I can find that realm. Oh, that might be in the Apocrypha. Salakia. Realm. Yeah. Yeah, this is 2nd Ezra 13 and 31. It says, and one shall undertake to fight against another, one city against another, one place against another, one people against another, and one realm against another. See? So this is what you're going to have, man. And this is how you know, hey, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai is drawing near, man. Okay? He's drawing near. All right? It's going to be a lot of civil unrest and a lot of anarchy. Okay? A lot of disregarding of the government, man. All right? Matter of fact, I'll keep going. Verse 32. And the time shall be when these things shall come to pass, and the signs shall happen, which I showed thee before. And then shall my son be declared, whom thou saw as a man ascending. See? So these things have to come to pass, man. And it's looking like there's going to be a rise of politically motivated unalivings going on to politicians. All right, hey, we in that time, man. This is a beautiful time. All right. This is a beautiful time. 2nd Ezra 15 and 16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. See? So these politicians, these lawmakers and regulators, you know, they're seen as kings, princes, people of nobility, people of influence. And guess what? Your average citizen, they're not going to regard them. They're not going to respect them anymore. They're not going to have that same reverence that they once had. People are going to be looking to unalive them. Okay? Because what? Their policies, all right, are unrighteous. And what? Who ends up getting the short end of the stick? The taxpayer. Your average Joe Blow American living check to check. They end up getting squeezed even tighter. They end up under more duress and stress because of the policy that these so-called lawmakers are pushing. So it's only right that what? The people that get the short end of the stick, hey, they take it out on their ass. And that's what you're seeing happening, man. This is what you're starting to see happening. Now, is there some shady business going on in the background? Of course. You know, hey, could the far right, could they be setting up hits on lawmakers on the left and making it look like it's the people on the left? Hey, you have that too. All right, this is all throughout Edomite history. Skullduggery, backdooring. Okay? But nonetheless, hey, the prophecy still stands, man. One people is getting ready to fight against another. You're about to see civil unrest unlike any other here in America, man. All right? It's here, and it ain't going nowhere no time soon, man. It's a hot summer, baby. Shalom.